Hello there, beautiful souls, beautiful humans. Welcome to this full moon in Taurus. It is basically a healing, a manifesting circle, and a world service. So if you're new to this, hello, I am RozyGlow. I am the woman who is the founder of the Star Peace movement, and I work with the few who influence the many, as well as all the star seeds on this planet who are part of the 144,000. And we are here to actually bring the peace codes to this planet, to activate these peace codes. Star peace becomes world peace through our personal peace, and also the paradise earth codes coming up through our bodies and being activated in the world around us. So every one of us has a toroidal flow. Every one of us has a toroidal sphere around us, and our energy impacts others. So being sovereign in our energy is essential, and this is what I teach, as well as how we shift our perception to be able to see in the world around us what we're looking for, to see evidence for it, because as we see evidence for it, so it grows. And of course, there's a whole load of subconscious resistance clearing that is required. And this is part of what we do here. With these full moon circles, we join together every month to see what's going on with the full moon energies, what we seeded with the new moon, what resistance has actually come up, because every new moon is giving us an opportunity to start again with something, to set a new chapter, a new narrative in our lives. And then all the subconscious resistance will come up between the new moon and the full moon for us to then clear. And after the full moon, when we've cleared the resistance, this is when we can truly start to take the actions, the inspired action steps, because we've found the resonance. You'll see what we do in the co-creation today. We access the resonance of the solution, of being where we want to be. And then when you've cleared resistance, that is when you can start to take inspired action, because you've put your soul in control and you get impulse to do something, to ring someone, to write something. And that's how it all starts. But it's all about being in resonance. All right. It's about becoming the frequency that you desire to see in the world, holding that frequency. So if you like the sound of this and you're on YouTube, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notifications button so you know every time I'm going live. And remember that I'm going to share with you the what in this moment, but if you want the how, that is how we do the co-creation together. It's a private event, it's a healing event, and you come in, there's a link in the text box for you to join in if you would like to. So with this full moon in Taurus, I'm going to do a quick little grounding in a moment and take you into some keynotes around what this is about and what's been coming up, so that you can prepare for the co-creation meditation, which is the healing and the world service. And I always transmit healing codes and light language through the actual world service that we do. Okay, so personal healing for you. If you want to lie down, you do. Now, this moon is about setting the foundations for peace and prosperity in our lives. And as we're currently coming into 2025, it's setting the tone for 2025. Now, for those of you who are attracted to my work, what we do is our level of co-creating is beyond law of attraction, beyond manifesting. It's about co-creating in alignment with the highest good of all and the win-win-win in everything. Now, this is the path of the ascended master. This is when we own our true desires. And if you have no idea what your true desire is, you know what you don't want. You know emphatically what you don't want. So start there. Write down all the things you really don't want and then flip them around. They'll tell you what you really do want. Then there's a whole process for whether or not what you want is duty bound, or is ego based, or is higher self based. And for those of you who are serious about wanting to do some deeper diving work, then there is the opportunity to book a desire mapping call with me through RozyGlow.com. It's not going to be available forever, folks. Jump on while you can, because I'm moving in new directions. And I think many of you know, where is that beautiful thing? That this thing is ready to be birthed in the world, as in ready for sale. I can't tell you how many of these pages are speaking to what is going on in the world today. And if you are despairing about what's going on in this world, stop despairing, please. Like, it's so important we come into neutrality and realize that it's all by design. And if you don't know what I mean, go to YouTube, check out the Thrive documentary, which is free on YouTube. There's now a Thrive 2 as well. And just know that we're in phase 2 of the solution. I'm not going to say anything else, but the future is Technicolor spectrum, phenomenal, amazing, and it's no longer being manipulated. So one of the I am statements that we're working with today is I am a manipulation-free zone. The other one is I am co-creating the foundations for peace and prosperity. I am co-creating peace and prosperity. Okay, you put that in motion, that's what we're going to have. So let's do a quick grounding in, have a little rub of your hands, have a little shake. This is clearing your energy field. Yes, I am a healer. Yes, I am a mentor. Yes, I am a coach. Yes, I am an intuitive. Yes, I am a psychic. I do all of these things, but essentially, what I'm here to do is to herald this age of peace. So open your arms wide. Okay, just let your hands press down and then reach up. So down and up. This is what I'm doing. Okay, down and up. And just let your wrists have a little bit of a stretch. Go round in a circle. Go the other way. Round one way and the other way. One more time. Round. And then come up and just gently bring your hands down through the center. So you are waking up your Sushumni channel. This is how you bring your soul consciousness, a bit like the Holy Spirit, into your reality. Okay? The future is about being divine, heart-centered soul influence. So bring your hands to your heart. And then with your nose, please draw a circle in the air in front of you. You don't even need to close your eyes. Okay? If you feel better, keeping your eyes open. With your nose, draw a circle in the air in front of you. Go the other way. And from here, draw your nose up and down. So if you come to my multidimensional yoga, you'll see that this is all part of activating your divine architecture and putting your soul in control. Now inhale. And as you exhale, turn your head to the left and just imagine that you are looking down the past, all of the versions of you that brought you to this now moment, and giving them all love and releasing them. Thank you for bringing me to this point. I am not my past. My past does not define me. It's just what I've been through. And then inhale, center. And now as you exhale, turn your head to the right. And this is where you send a breath into your future and you call the version of you into your reality now who is already where you want to be. The version of you who is fulfilling their soul purpose, your soul purpose, with the most grace, ease, and joy. And let this version of you energetically come into your present moment as your highest self. Bring your chin forward, so you're bringing your highest self-consciousness forward. Now drop your chin to your beautiful heart. Let the smile in your heart find you. Smile back to your heart. Now step into your sphere. So remember what we created in front of us? Step into it, expand it. Grow it as big as you want it to be so you feel safe and that there's room to expand into the version of you you desire to be. Okay, so now if you have a drink that you would like to bless, consecrate, then you can bring one hand to the center of your chest or your solar plexus or your sacral chakra. I'm going to go solar plexus. Bring your drink up. And I've got cacao here, ceremonial cacao, welcoming Mama Cacao in, so you can gently close your eyes. And imagining a downpour of pure love, pure grace, going down through your being, flooding you with peace codes, with joy codes, with love codes, with unconditional acceptance and support codes. Mama Cacao, we invite you in as the consciousness of pure compassion and unconditional love. The spirit of the plant medicine of cacao, chocolate, connects us to our hearts, connects our hearts to each other, and also helps us to download our soul consciousness. Take a deep breath in, beautiful ones. And as you breathe out, send your breath down your body, all the way down, 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 down into the center of the earth. Just imagine that you're anchoring your roots around the center of the earth, even embedding into the center of the earth. And then also spreading light roots around the planet. So through your earth chakra, you get to connect to the crystalline grid. And I'll talk more about this in a moment, but just for now, breathe in. And as you breathe out, sigh down your body. I am safe. It is safe for me to thrive. I am that I am. Now, just for everybody who's catching this, I'm placing a sphere of compassion around all of us. I will release it at the end. I'm calling in my highest self and commanding that I am a pure channel of source, all that is, of divine grace, and that everybody who catches this receives exactly what is for their highest good at this point in time. Aligning now with the highest good of all and the win-win-win in everything. So it is and so it shall be. So we send the sound Ma into the earth, Om into the universe, and Un from our hearts to each other. Just feel into this, notice how it feels in your body. Deep breath in. Ma. Oh. Ah. We're calling in our star families, guides and teachers, the purest vibrations of love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us, for blessing us, for making our path ahead clear. Deep breath in, gently bow your head to your beautiful heart. Slowly open your eyes. Okay, so you can make notes. And, you know, what we're going to do today is we anchor the energies of I am co-creating, or I am laying the foundations. There's a few different ones that want to come through around this, but peace and prosperity is to remember that when you set an intention, that which is in resistance will come up. So in the build up, you know, what we had before this was a new moon in Scorpio, right? So the underworld of everything, like what's been coming to the surface, what's been undermining you, that's in your consciousness and in the collective consciousness, this has had to come up. What is keeping you in the struggle paradigm? The thrive paradigm is 5D consciousness plus. The struggle paradigm is 3D consciousness. It is the ego programming, the survival programming that keeps us looping, believing external forces, giving our power away to external authorities, not trusting ourselves. And in between, you have this bridge called 4D, which really is the mind. Whether the mind supports you into 5D frequency or the mind supports you into 3D frequency. And I'm going to plug the book again. It's all in here. There's so much in here that is actually has never been said before, certainly not in the way that I'm putting it forward, and it's never been connected before. And there's a lot of whole load of new stuff because it's all been channeled. Now I'm seeing it all playing out in the world. I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. Okay, so all I'll say is your mind is not against you, but if you can plug in to divine mind or you can plug into hive ego mind. And the way that you plug into divine mind is to drop into your heart, call your soul consciousness in, and from there radiate out and connect to the higher self consciousness. So today, as part of our visualization for our co-creation, I'm going to really show you how to connect to the divine mind grid, how to connect to the crystalline grid, because there's a downward opening, there's an upward opening, and then from the heart, there's a radiating out, which is the divine matrix, the divine human heart grid. Now, all together, these three form something called the sovereignty grid. Okay. And although there are distortions in nature, which I do talk about in the book, in terms of some of the sacred geometry we've been sort of really connected to, that is actually on the way to where we want to go, but it's not the end destination. Some of you might have heard about the flower of life as being seen more as the daisy of death, as part of the hexagonal timeline. You might or might not have heard about it. Don't worry. The point is that gets you to the lotus of life through the seed of life. Interestingly, we take a step backwards to go forward. Seed, flower, and then you get into the lotus, right? And what this is all about is us being able to move along this bridge and not get stuck in the middle or keep going backwards. So the keynotes are, first of all, behaviors will have come up at this point. Okay, behaviors will have come up that you don't feel you have control over. Now, the behavior is a pattern that is a reaction to you stepping out of your comfort zone and then something happening that sort of makes you contract, and then you go into this pattern of behavior, whatever that is. But there's a story attached to that behavior. And it's the narrative in your head, the brain narrative, which is this looping story. It doesn't have a very long narrative, it's quite short, but it will have been seeded in your formative years, so 0 to 7. And it's that narrative that keeps you looping and stops you actually being able to move further along the bridge. So don't worry about that. Just know that if you can get clear on what those stories are, like for me, one of the biggest stories has been that I ask for too much, that I'm an inconvenience to people, right? Seriously. And there was another one that came up recently in relation to prosperity, which goes right back to when I was a yoga teacher and running a yoga business, well aware that as a single mother receiving state benefit support, I couldn't afford my own services. And that recently showed up as I was, up leveling to what I'm ready to do now and what I'm sharing with the world now. So this has never been revealed to me before. It's just coming up now. And it's the kind of thing that would make me contract rather than step forward and let people know what I do. So I'm giving you examples, and feel free to share in the comments, okay, or respond in an email to me and let me know what's going on for you. Because at this point, what we're doing is we're learning something very important, which is if we want to follow the highest path available to us, our divine design timeline, which is the timeline that aligns us with peace and prosperity, then it is absolutely essential that we learn to be heart activated, soul led humans. Okay, so that means we don't keep deferring here. How many of you watching this spend your life in your head? Well, if you do, and you're constantly thinking, the mind isn't in here. The mind is the field. It connects to all of us, to each other, right? This is why we're going to come to the point we don't need the internet. We don't need mobile phones, because once we activate our capacity to telecommunicate with each other telepathically, we don't need to. But there's so much available to us as we raise our frequency. I'm not going to go too much into this now, but the foundations are peace and prosperity. So in what's going on in the world today, for a very, very, very long time, and you'll see it in the documentary, we have been kept at war. We've been kept divided. We've been kept in conflict, pitching one idea against another, one group of people against another. And there's something I want to share with you. This has been a big way that public speakers get people on side as well. And I think it's very important. We're coming into an era of transparency now. We're coming into an era of just being fully like, here I am. This is what I do. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. This is what I believe. What about you? And being open to that rather than I'm right, you're wrong. You're wrong, I'm right. We can't agree. We're going to have to go to war. Conflict's healthy, right? Not having the same ideas innovates new ideas, but we don't need to kill each other over it. We don't need to hurt each other over it. So learning to listen, learning to open to different possibilities helps us to activate peace and prosperity in our lives. One of the things that humanity is going through a big upgrade around is what success truly means. Is success how much money you got in your bank account? Is success how many material possessions you have? Or is it the quality of your happiness, your health, your well-being? Or is it both? It could be any number of things. It's whatever it means to you, right? So one of the things that I really want to share, and I'm just going to go into that whole thing that I just said now about public speaking. First of all, bear this in mind. The way that groups of people have gathered and banded together in the past has been to unite against, hear these words, a common enemy. Unite against a common enemy. Well, guess what? The new age isn't about that. The new age is about uniting towards a common goal, and that is peace. Would you like to know how to create peace on earth in one generation? Would you like to know that it's possible and how to do it? Well, if you do, you're going to want a copy of this. Now, if you want to know how to get hold of it at this point, if you're not part of the RozyGlow mailing list, even if you are, I'm going to invite you to do this. Go to starpeaceconsciousness.com and sign up there. Okay. This book's coming out imminently, and I'm inviting many of you to support me. All of you who would like to support me, this is your big ask, or my big ask, to support me to help this get really visible and viral, to get in touch, join my mailing list so that you know what's coming and how you can participate in making it visible. Okay, there's literally an invitation to do with the Kindle edition. It will cost you no more than a couple of dollars, couple of pounds. That's it, right? And I will give you something in return, which is free access to one of these full moon co-creations. Okay, it's a giving world. We co-create together. It's beautiful. So if now is the time, part of peace on earth, creating peace and prosperity in our own lives, is to unite towards a common goal. Another element of this is to do with how we shape our reality. Now, many of you are into law of attraction, many of you are into manifesting, and there's all sorts of conversation about whether these things really work or not, and people give up very quickly. So I'm just going to remind you something. If you've ever breastfed or been breastfed, you will know that demand precedes supply. Okay? So If you're waiting for the supply to be there before you sign up to something, forget it. The demand has to be there first, okay? A baby that wants more milk has to suck on a nipple, it has to suck on a breast for longer, way longer, saying, hey, I want more, I want more, I want more. There's not enough there. And then the milk supply is produced. So if you want something different in your future to what you have today, you have to put the demand out there. I am demanding, I am commanding peace, prosperity. I am commanding thriving. What does thriving look like for me? Start asking the question, what does it feel like? What's different in my world? How do I need to show up differently? Because you, as you are today, you can't have it. Sorry, you can't, because you're not in resonance with it. Today, we're going to get you into resonance, and then you'll get your next step instructions. So the next thing is, I've done sovereignty grid stories behind that. That's fine. Connecting to soul connects you to the original blueprint of nature, so you evolve beyond the distortions. Now, there's more coming out about this, and some of you will have heard about distortions to do with the moon, to do with Saturn, to do with enslavement grids, to do with, as I said, flower of life, etc. Don't worry about it. What I'm going to share with you today gets you connected to the Paradise Earth codes. Okay, it gets you connected to the blueprint that is Paradise Earth, that allows you to access the Thrive paradigm. Okay, whatever is going on, whatever you subscribed to before, it gives you the quantum leap into this highest frequency. So I'm just going to show something to you, and then we're going to go into this co-creation. First of all, can you imagine from sort of here up to your soul chakra that you have like a lotus bud? And as you open that lotus bud and you connect, you can imagine that what I'm doing with my arms here is actually happening at soul chakra level. So imagine my soul chakra is right up there, and the petals are opening up, and they're creating this huge network of other lotuses opened up to divine mind. And the same thing is going on. We did this in our multidimensional yoga today. You want to join online? It's online, okay? RozyGlow.com/yoga. Come and join me, right? More the merrier. Let's bring this energy together. Downward one. Downward petals. I'll show you now. So imagine pointing down a lotus that's anchored into, way down into the earth. So as the petals open up, the crystalline grid is activated through our earth chakras, which are about 3 foot beneath the surface of the earth. And then finally, you have the lotus at the heart, which is more like this shape. And it opens up, and this connects you to the divine human heart grid. So we have a grid that extends out from the heart, a grid that extends out through the soul chakra, which connects us to divine mind, and a grid that connects us to the crystalline grid, which connects us down to all the star seeds on this planet that have this kind of connection to each other, maybe to work together, maybe to inspire each other, your peers, your colleagues, your teachers, your mentors, your coaches, your students, your followers, all of them, right? It's like an underground exchange grid of energy. So when we're supercharged like we are now with this full moon, and we're like, oh, I need earthing, you can send the energy down, and your earth chakra is like a battery cell. It charges up. When you've got loads of energy and you don't want to blow a gasket, you send it down to the crystalline grid. It's like the mycelium network. Everyone helps each other out. And when you're depleted, remember to pull up. You've put so much down, so much in. Now it's going to take me to the word earning. Final thing, and then we're going to get into this co-creation, okay? So earning. There's this whole thing, especially around women, around feeling like we're asking for too much. That somehow, if I have more, someone else will have less. If I ask for more money, more time, more recognition, someone else will have less. It doesn't work like that. Okay, we are regenerative. We're accessing infinite supply. All right, renewable resources of energy means infinite regeneration, not finite, not there's only so much. Once upon a time, we had a financial system that was based on what God was available. It's not like that anymore. Okay, so you having more doesn't mean someone else has less. You having more means you can help other people have more. So it is your divine birthright to have plenty. It is your divine legacy, and it is your divine inheritance to receive what you've already earned in previous incarnations. Will you claim that with me today? If you're up for it, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a heart, give me a whatever, but like, say yes. Say yes to you and your success. We're now going to go into the co-creation, my friends. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the I am statements, I'm going to take you through a visualization, and then take you through a process. So we're going to access the version of us that feels as though they are thriving, that is experiencing peace and prosperity to the level that we want to. And we're then going to clear up resistance, and I'm going to anchor the new frequency. Now you will see on my YouTube channel, there's a video about 1111, the 1111 portal. It's open till the 22nd this month. And in fact, you can use it whenever you want, because 1111 happens every day, twice a day, right? So if you want to work with this manifesting energy, it teaches you about having a sort of full-on goal, middle goal, and an immediate goal. And what I'm going to say to every one of you is own your desires, but let go of attachment to outcome and timing. Ask for this or something better. That is the choiceless path, as in what it means is it connects you to your divine design timeline. And that means that what's for you will not go past you. Anything that doesn't work out the way your finite human self expects doesn't mean that you've done something wrong and you're being punished and you're a failure. It means that things are aligning with something even better than, because you've put your soul in control. And that takes deep trust. Trust is code word for magic. Faith makes things possible, not easy. And if you like my little statements and what they mean, I'll put you a link to the Telegram channel as well, where I do my daily readings. There's lots coming from RozyGlow. All right, are we ready? Let's do this.